Welcome back to Laura's Design Studio. We are going to be working on Slay a Tray. All the information for this collaboration will be in the box below. And let me try and adjust you guys a little bit. My camera's out of whack. Sorry guys. Alright. So I'm using the large oval tray. This is 13 inches and takes 10 ounces of resin. I have made up 12 ounces of resin, and I have divided that into colors. My colors are coffee, phthalo green, sunny gold, and white luster, which I have also put glue in. This is the only one. The reason that I put glue in this is because my white always disappears. So if I put white, I don't have a really strong white. So if I put glue in the white, it tends to hold and not be swallowed by the other colors. So here we go. We're going to pour this tray. The theme for this collaboration this time is coffee. So we are going to do a coffee themed tray, and that is why I picked the colors that I picked. Now, let's start the pouring. And this is Craftor 1:1. I do not, while I have a debubbler now, one that I was testing, I don't use it because Craftor doesn't give me a bubble problem. So I'm comfortable not using it, because to me it's extra time. Now that stick's gonna have to stay because we're gonna have to be cutting that off. So if you don't know what I mean by that, you're about to find out. Glue makes it like a snot consistency, because that's the only way I can describe it. So we're gonna start pouring. And I'm just going to go back and forth with colors. This is what I mean. You got to cut it off. It doesn't do anything to the curing. I just recorded a video on PPE. I got a comment on the last video, I believe it was, about how they wanted to subscribe to my channel but can't because I am a bad influence, and that I'm doing an injustice to my subscribers by not wearing PPE. So I did a video on, oh my lord, cut off. I did a video previously called Living with Lupus, but this one will specifically address resin, PPE, and why I don't. And if you're watching this video, my reasons have a lot to do with my lupus. So just, you know, I encourage people, you know, don't make judgments. Maybe, you know, ask them. I'm pretty open. I don't have a problem telling people. but I did make a video on it so that maybe people can understand where I'm coming from. And I'm sorry, you know, if people disagree. I get it. But, you know, like I said in that video, at this stage in my life, this point where I'm at, medically, physically, and mentally, I cannot have another thing taken away from me. You know, basically, I'm living with my son now because of the most recent incidences. That to me is, you know, because now my freedom has been taken away. I get things delivered, groceries, and that's why I have my Amazon account. Not that I ever liked grocery shopping, because I didn't. But, you know, I was a competitive dart player, competitive pool player. All of those things have been taken away from me because I can no longer do them. And at this point in my life, I cannot have another thing taken away from me. You know, this whole ongoing situation since 2000, you know, I've had lupus for 30 years, but in 2014, it became an issue, and I needed to stop working because it was dangerous. I was making the office dangerous because I was falling a lot, passing out. And I was workaholic. I was a workaholic, and I played competitive pool, you know, most of my life. I have this new mold here. It's a little cherry blossom plate. So with my leftovers here, I'm gonna pour some in here. I made up 2 extra ounces, so and I'm just going to use the colors that I have out. So yes, I wipe my hands a lot. That is because I am working with resin, and I don't always know when I get resin on my hands. So as I'm pouring, you know, I do tend to wipe my hands. Because do I get resin on them from time to time? Yes, of course. Do I try my hardest not to be in that situation? Yes, of course. But it is what it is. And, you know, there is no cure for lupus. Sad as that may or may not be for people, you know, there is no cure. So I am You know, I've said many times, and I don't just say this about lupus, this is something that I firmly believe. And I'm sorry if this offends somebody, but I hope you understand why I say this when I explain this. You know, everybody is born with a death sentence. I mean, that's just kind of fact. Eventually you're gonna die, you know, and whatever time you have here, you know, should be precious. That's the way I feel. When you're diagnosed with lupus, that time frame may be quicker than it would have normally been. Same as somebody diagnosed with cancer, you know, terminal illnesses. But, you know, I think everybody needs to remember that when you're born, it's a death sentence. You know you're going to die at some point in your life. People with lupus, they can die of, you know, complications with lupus. So it may be that you realize your time may or may not, because sometimes people with lupus live a very, very long life. It depends on what your lupus does to you. You know? The girl I know that's 28 was diagnosed with lupus at 18, and she's already had 2 double lung transplants because her lupus attacked her lungs. Her lupus, they finally got she had to have 2 double lung transplants because the first transplant they did, the lupus, I need some flower molds here. These are new flower molds that came through the Vine program, and so I just have them sitting over here, and I'll pour various colors since I have extras. They finally got a set of lungs in her that seems to be working, and her lupus has not attacked those lungs at this point. But now her lupus is attacking her gastrointestinal system. And, you know, I have an attack there too, but mine isn't as severe as hers. She was in the hospital because hers is causing blockages. I have not had that happen to me yet, but like I said, lupus is different for everybody. So I'm sorry that I put out that video, because it is a bit of a emotional video for me, but that comment kind of ripped me. Because there was no, why don't you? That would have been a nice comment. Why don't you? And I, you know, like I've said before, I'm an open book. I will gladly explain. I have said it in a few of my videos. I don't like to repeat it constantly, even though maybe after this I should, because, you know, obviously this is somebody who wanted to subscribe to my channel, but felt that she could not do that because I was doing an injustice to my subscribers and by not wearing my PPE. So now at least I'll have a video that I can refer people to. I have to grab another mold, although this is getting thick. I'm not trying to be a bad influence. I'm not trying to suggest that people shouldn't wear their PPE, because they should. Definitely. That one down there. I got a little bit of every color left. Okay, spoon, I hear you. What do I have over here? I don't think I have enough for my dragon jar. But here's what I'll do. I'll start it, and then I can always fill it later on. Get this out of my way so I can get these cups over here. Sorry, I know I'm off camera. It's my dragon jar that I recently got from INTORESIN, and I'm just going to pour the rest of these colors into it, just like I did the tray, a little at a time here till I run out. I do go through a ton of alcohol and baby wipes because as for the alcohol, I do basically wash my hands with alcohol when I am, after I clean up, because it's not that I'm aware that resin can cause problems. I am very aware. But, you know, for me, all I can say is it hasn't, and that I know the risks. Just got two colors left, the brown and the gold. Filled up about half of this dragon jar. And then when I pour something else, I will just put it in there to finish it up. That's done. This one's done. Gold is the last one standing. Okay. All right, guys, I am going to clean up this mess, and we will be back. This will have a few different parts because I'm also using INTORESIN for something. And so that part, after I get all this cleaned up and this tray put where it's not in my way, I will come back and we will do that portion of the video. So see you soon. Welcome back to Laura's Design Studio. I am mixing up some Bond Craftor casting powder. Yes, they sent another shipment to Amazon, so go over there and get some. This is definitely a great project. It is super, super white. This is made of gypsum. So, and this is part 2. It'll all be one video for you, but I already poured, you've seen me pour the tray. And now I'm pouring a teacup and saucer, but I'm doing it out of INTORESIN, or Bond Craftor casting powder. Now, I don't know how much this cup and saucer takes, but something's telling me to put a little bit more in there. I might be making way too much, but I guess we'll find out. I would rather make too much than too little because I am going to be putting color in this and I don't want to have to try and match, which is never a good idea. May have to put a little more powder because I just dumped all that water in there. Yep. So. This time, this is a bi-weekly collaboration, so this is the first one I'm joining. A little more powder. Okay, there you go with it. And I'm going to put, you get these with the kit. Come on, drop. Drop, one more drop, come on. Come on. That was blue. These are water-based pigments. And this one is green. Come on. There we go. That one comes out a lot easier. Okay. I don't know why they give you this clamp for this, but there's probably a reason. Oh, the hole's clear up there. Okay. Trying to find the hole for the handle. So I want to make sure I get it in there. Squidgy widgy. Okay, it seems to be going in. These over here. I may have mixed up just the right amount. That's a first. Got loose shrimp in there. Okay guys, I'm going to clean up my mess, and when we come back, we will be demolding everything and putting this whole thing together. Talk to you soon. Welcome back. Let's get to demolding all this stuff and putting together for our final project. So let's do the extras first. We had this flower, which looks like daffodils. Ooh, I really like that. That's pretty. Definitely be using that in something. Here's another one. These were flower molds that came through the Vine program for my reviews, so I don't know what that one is, but it's pretty. It's like, here's a flower right here on top of leaves. Pretty. I haven't, the only one I poured before was this one, because I just happened to grab it. I wasn't. Oh, look at this one. Ooh. Those are pretty. Ooh, I kind of really like these flower molds. This was they came up for review through the Vine program, so I'm happy with those. This is the mold I just bought. It's a cherry blossom tray. I just got it yesterday, so this is the first time I poured it. Turn it back. There we are. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. Here, we'll put our flowers in the little tray. There we go. Obviously not demolding this one because I need to finish filling it. Let's demold these Bond Craftor casting pieces. Casting powder. There's the saucer. And then this is the teacup. Don't break off the handle. Don't break off the... Don't break. Okay. Oh, there we go. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Let's turn this mold back. And now we have got the tray. Let me put that back on my cup, otherwise I'll be going around trying to locate it. Okay. Still bendy because it was just, my heat mat went off just a little bit ago, about 30 minutes ago. I was watching Andy's live, so, and I heard it go off. Okay. So here is my tray. I think my white mixed with my brown. Let me grab. Get off me. Actually, that's good. All right, now the theme for this is, for Slay a Tray this time around, is coffee. So there's my little cup and saucer. I also have a little barista here, so let me I need to trim that edge down. That's not what I'm looking for. Where is my... Alright, I just moved them. This is my problem. I've just moved them because I redid... Here it is. Since I've been in this room a while now, I kind of redid my... tweaked it a little bit to where I... You know how you get in the space and then you think it's set up good, but then you're like, okay, this needs to change. I thought this should go here, but it doesn't. Doesn't work for me like that. That's me right now. So I've just been tweaking everything a little bit. Well, that's it. Throw it on the ground. Oh, man. It's this side. Okay. There we go. All right, guys, well, I'm gonna mix up a couple ounces of resin and we're gonna get this together and I'll be right back. Okay, let's get the show on the road here. So, first thing I'm going to do, I think, is actually place my saucer and my cup. These, I am going to put some super glue on so that they stay together. So I just have the Gorilla super glue here. These have been sealed. I used the Dragonfly glaze to seal them. Doing this so that they stay put. I don't have any candle. I'm out of my soy wax, but when I get one, the reason I did this in Eco Pour is because I'm going to make a candle inside this cup. Come on. Are we empty? This one might be empty. Always a backup, right? Always a backup. Yep, right here. Okay, I didn't want the whole top off of there. Oh, well, I might have to use it with the whole top off because, yeah. No, I just lost it down there. Okay. Put some super glue on here, and we're gonna put that down. I'm gonna find where my top rolled off to. Okay. Now, okay, we're good there. And then I have this cute little barista that's gonna go on this tray. Okay. And then I have mixed up 2 ounces of Craftor 1:1, and we are going to pour this, which will seal in that sticker. It will also seal in the saucer. I'm just going to pour this towards the middle. Then I'm going to tip the tray to get it underneath and around that saucer. They're about to meet up on this end. There we go. Now okay. Turn that upside down in my glue holder over here, so if there is any more in that one, I can do it. But here you go, guys. This is the finished product. This coffee tray with its cup, its saucer. Like I said, it will have a candle in it. And this cute little barista. The final layer does have to cure, but it's not going to change anything. So there is the finished project. Slay a Tray Thursday. All of the playlist and all the hosts will be in the description box, and we will see you guys in the next one. But in the meantime, please like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things, hit that black bell. All of those are free, and if you hit the black bell, that means you'll get all the notifications of when I have another video. In the description box, there are also discount codes to various places. One being Craftor, which is what I use to make the resin piece, and the casting powder. They have both now. So, I will see you guys next time. Bye.